An NBC Bay Area special. A popular night market is coming back to the city. It's already been crowned the best night market of the year.
This is something to contribute back. You know, if Chinatown success, I think the city-wide is going to be success.
We get a sneak peek of Be Chinatown.
High expectations though, I love it.
Our exclusive interview with Valkyrie's head coach, Natalie Nakase. She's breaking barriers on and off the court.
Like the first is not about me. It's about how many other doors or other positions I can open up for Asian Americans.
This is my country.
And we want to introduce you to San Francisco's first Chinese American poet laureate.
I feel very blessed to be able to be a voice for my community. From afar, she could be a sparrow blown from a nest. I grew up in North Beach, Chinatown, in a little alley called Winter Place.
Tonight, we are amplifying Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander communities.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Janelle Wang. NBC Bay Area is excited to share these stories that showcase and highlight our communities. That includes San Francisco's popular Chinatown night market. It's back, bigger and better than ever. USA Today announced the Be Chinatown Night Market as the best night market of 2025. Organizers put on 9 successful markets last year, and this year it's expanding even more to move the community forward.
Another season of Be Chinatown Night Market for 2025.
Be Chinatown's Myron Lee and Lily Lowe are gearing up for 6 night markets this year between May and October, the second Friday of each month.
Never thought about, so many young people, especially, people have been working at home, and it's been very successful, so I'm very proud of it.
So Lily really cares about the small businesses within Chinatown and within our community. And when she came to me with the idea of doing a night market in Chinatown, I thought she was crazy. And then we just did it like as a one-off right before APEC, and it was an instant success, right?
I just do it, and with a small group, with all the volunteers, we just do it. Everybody think we're not going to do it, but we did it, so we just keep going.
Last year, organizers say businesses made between 4 or 5 figures each month. Surrounding businesses also cashed in by staying open later. 40 food vendors will fill 5 blocks on Grant Avenue from California to Pacific. And new this year, a stage with live bands. And 2 blocks on Waverly Place will feature games, arts, and crafts. Wong Lee Bakery on Jackson Street is looking forward to another year of night markets. The night market will have local favorites like dim sum, pastries, boba, and candied fruit on a skewer. Sweet Pop, a new family-owned small business on Grant Avenue, will serve up treats at the night market.
When we used to live in China, it's our childhood snacks. They like these snacks, and in this Chinatown, I think we are the first one to sell this. It was every night in that market was a lot of people.
Woo! She's back, baby.
Manny Yukutiel, executive director of Civic Joy Fund, has pushed to bring crowds back to downtown.
The Chinatown Night Market was our first foray into making San Francisco the night market city.
The nonprofit is giving nearly $2 million to night markets across the city.
Lily and I danced the night away, and we realized that San Francisco needed the Chinatown Night Market to happen more often. And because it was so successful, bringing over 10,000 people to Chinatown once a month, the Civic Joy Fund has expanded the night market program to include 10 night markets around San Francisco.
And for the very first Chinatown Night Market of the year,
they'll be joining forces with North Beach to have a joint Chinatown North Beach Night Market.
Vendors interested in the Chinatown market need to apply. It is first come, first serve.
Our preference is to open it to local Chinatown businesses, but we're open to, if you're in San Francisco, an Asian American-owned AANHPI business, feel free to come and apply. You can either go to our website, it's bechinatown.weebly.com. We'll also post on our Instagram, which is at bechinatownsf.
This is something to contribute back. If Chinatown success, I think the city-wide is going to be success.
Lily is very modest. I mean, without her, I would say many businesses would not have survived during the pandemic. Lily is certainly a pillar in our community, and she's an unsung hero for San Francisco Chinatown.
And And staying in San Francisco, where earlier this month it was a historic night at Chase Center, the Valkyries kicked off their inaugural season, led by the first Asian American head coach in WNBA history. We caught up with Natalie Nakase at the team's practice facility in downtown Oakland. She opened up about her family, breaking barriers, and fulfilling a lifelong dream. Our Raj Mathai has more.
My name is Natalie Nakase, and I'm the head coach of the Golden State Valkyries.
Natalie Nakase has visualized this moment for a long time. Head coach in the WNBA.
They chose me. They could have chose a million other more qualified people, but I think I'm here for a reason.
Does it matter to you that you're the first Asian American coach in the WNBA?
It does matter. I see it as a big responsibility to open doors for everyone else. Like, the first is not about me. It's about how many other doors or other positions I can open up for Asian Americans or for people who look like me.
Was there a point where you struggled with your own identity, or has it been pretty easy for you as each step goes forward?
That's a great question. No one's asked me that before. I think I've always been me, to say it authentically. I've always kind of identified myself as just a basketball player.
Okay, one Asian to another. In the household, was it all about academics, or was it all about basketball growing up?
Half and half. Yeah. But I had to get all A's. My dad would be like, "What's wrong with you?" When I brought home a B, he's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" And so, high expectations though, I love it. I love that my dad challenged me.
The Southern California native, now a Bay Area resident, has never walked away from a challenge.
I always dreamed about playing at UCLA.
At 5 foot 2 inches tall, coming out of high school, Nakase wasn't getting any offers to play college hoops.
Honestly, I thought the coaches were crazy that didn't recruit me. I thought there was something wrong with them. I'm like, what is wrong with them?
When she did get that offer, she turned it down, declining a full ride to UC Irvine. Instead, she took the tougher road, joining mighty UCLA as a walk-on.
I didn't like the fact that UCI, the head coach at the time, was like, here, you're given this full ride, but also the starting spot. I'm like, you haven't even seen me in a practice yet. Why would you give something to me? And so my dad was big on you have to earn everything. You have to work for something.
Are you going to have that type of mentality and personality on the Valkyries this first year?
Yeah. Not a doubt. Nothing is going to be given.
Nakase has broken barriers every step of the way. She was the first Asian American player in the National Women's Basketball League. She then coached men's leagues overseas. And in the NBA, Nakase turned an internship with the LA Clippers into an assistant coach position, learning from coaches like Doc Rivers and Ty Lue. That propelled her into the WNBA, where she won 2 titles as an assistant coach with the Las Vegas Aces. The Valkyries liked what they saw.
Show me around. So this is your hood now.
This is the Valkyries' state-of-the-art practice facility in downtown Oakland. More than just a fresh coat of paint since the Warriors left.
So this is our locker room. So this is their safe zone. This is away from me.
This is sweet, by the way.
This will be where they can eat prior, but then more importantly, they can eat right after. This is their chill zone. After practice, they don't have to go find something to eat. Everything will be set here.
Even for an expansion team, expectations are high. This team wants to deliver for the fans.
We have to repay them and play very competitive, gritty, intense. So for me, we're going to put on a show, and I want them to be leaving wanting more.
The one person that won't be in the stands, Nakase's father.
He was a man of many few words as a Japanese American. I would hope he would say he's proud of me, because I didn't hear that a lot. But he would always give me, this is what his signal was, but he would give me always a head nod of approval.
Your dad will be with the opening night, you know that, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Proud for sure. Well, coming up, a new cultural district in the Bay Area, and it took a lot of time and effort to get it done. We're going to show you the woman known as the driving force behind the Pacific Islander Cultural District. Welcome back. An historic moment for Pacific Islanders in San Francisco. The city has officially recognized its 11th cultural district, the Pacific Islander Cultural District. We first met with the woman behind the idea 1 year ago to talk about her vision, and now it's happened. Here's NBC Bay Area's Gia Vang.
Gaynor Ann Siatonga came up with the idea 3 years ago.
We had to stand up and say, no, we're about to be extinct as a community.
The PI Cultural District covers parts of Visitation Valley and Excelsior. Despite a declining PI population in California and San Francisco, Siatonga says the new district is restoring hope.
Just knowing that the city is acknowledging them and that we are recognized as a people, the momentum and I could see a lot of change within a lot of our folks.
Part of the change people will see are these street signs. Nearly a dozen of them are now up identifying the Pacific Islander District.
Like the first time ever seeing like Pacific Islander on a sign.
Falfia Vaimona works at ROC, Real Options for Kids, a nonprofit that provides educational and social programs to families and students in the area.
See something at a young age, because we didn't get to see like our people on a sign at all, you know? I just hope that they take pride.
Leland Avenue is the main business corridor in the PI Cultural District with not many Pacific Islander-owned businesses. Siatonga hopes that changes.
How does equity look like to us? And how can we and what can we do as a community to say, you know what, we're here and we've contributed as a community.
In 2017, Siatonga founded SALT, Pacific Islander Association Resource Hut, advocating and bringing visibility to a community that hasn't always been seen.
What I've realized is that visibility for many of our people has also been a part at what is depriving them from getting to their highest, potential.
For me, being Samoan, it's a part of who I am.
Lita Lene is the events coordinator for the new Pacific Islander Cultural District.
I want people to learn about the different cultures in the South Pacific. It's not just Hawaii and a place that you go and vacation at. Like, there's many beautiful cultures in the South Pacific, and when it comes to Pacific Islander Cultural District, I want them to see that.
Seeing is believing, and Siatonga says this is not just about San Francisco, it's about everyone in their community.
We have 31 nations that make up the Pacific, right? And we call it the Vasa. We got calls from like New Zealand, Australia, Samoa, like all these different islands, and they have just been sending a lot of praises. This is just the beginning, and that this will open more doors for them and our future, like to sit here and say, we can be those doctors, we can be those lawyers, we can be anything.
Gia Vang, NBC Bay Area News.
Still ahead, San Francisco has named its first poet laureate that's Chinese American. In her own words, hear why it's a huge honor. Words as a tool to unite and bring people together. San Francisco has its first Chinese American poet laureate. NBC Bay Area's Joe Rosado Jr. tells the story of Genny Lim.
Who can say that the land beneath our feet is not ours?
Words that bite.
Buried in bitcoins and profit margins with heads in sand.
That cry.
The iron dragon, the chugging heartbeat of the mother waiting for her son's return.
They are the words of poet Genny Lim.
A burning forest howling back at you.
Last year, then Mayor London Breed named Lim San Francisco's poet laureate, the first Chinese American to hold the 3-year post.
I feel very blessed to be able to be a voice for my community. From afar, she could be a sparrow blown from a nest. I grew up in North Beach, Chinatown, in a little alley called Winter Place.
From childhood, Lim's life was filled with the rhythms of life.
And the cable car ran down that hill. I ran down the hill and I could see Alcatraz. Laundrymen, teachers, nurses, coders, waiters, pushing, climbing, gambling.
She was born to Chinese immigrant parents whose first stop in the New World was the Angel Island Immigration Station.
We interviewed my mother, and she had some recollection of all the women rushing to the window to see the boats coming in for the day. My father worked a graveyard shift at the Fairmont Hotel as a janitor. So my mother was a seamstress. And we were basically street kids because my folks were working class.
As she roamed her neighborhood, she wandered into the legendary City Lights bookstore, founded by poet Lawrence Ferlinghetti.
I would go down to the basement and just pluck books off the shelves, and I was always attracted to the poetry section.
Lim dabbled in theater, fell in love with jazz, sang in a rock band, and moved to New York to study journalism. Words always a companion.
I went on to write plays. My first play was picked up by American Playhouse, Paper Angels, a story about Angel Island detainees.
Phoenixes of struggle rising from the pandemic.
Poetry found its way to me.
This is my country.
I love the cadence, the phrasing, and the attitude. I have a lot of poems that are influenced by American culture, you know, and slang and rock and jazz.
She's now written several plays and several books of poetry. She also helped log the poems of Chinese immigrants scrawled on the walls of the Angel Island Detention Center where her parents were once held.
Which are the poems you find in the book Island, Poetry and History.
Every death, they say, is the first death.
As poet laureate, Lim serves in a post once occupied by her hero, Lawrence Ferlinghetti.
Lawrence Ferlinghetti, to me, is like from Coney Island of the Mind to Paper Angels.
Oh, sweet river of night spill.
Poetry and music, all the arts, we come from intuition. We come from, you know, the place of the soul.
In a region fueled by technology and AI, Lim is a champion of human connections and words that can only come from the heart.
And that's why we as poets are here, to constantly remind people who they are.
Joe Rosado Jr.
How I see the world, distorted from illusion.
NBC Bay Area News.
Words spoken so beautifully. Coming up, he's the guy in charge of getting the crowd pumped up at Warriors games. Tonight, he's opening up about his personal life to talk about an important journey he finds himself on. The energetic and very enthusiastic hype man of the Warriors is Franco Finn. The San Francisco native is on a journey to reconnect with his biological father. This is a vulnerable and raw look into Finn's personal life that he's sharing publicly for the first time. Here's NBC Bay Area's Ginger Conejero-Saab.
I'm a Filipino-American, French-speaking, bilingual guy with an Irish last name. Like, how did I get there?
How did we get here?
Make some noise. Ready? Are we ready? Are we ready?
Most of us know Franco Finn like this.
16th NBA season.
Warriors hype man.
Number 30,
People see the energy guy, always in front of thousands of people, always getting people just juiced up. But there's a son.
A son who cares for his paralyzed mother.
Here we go.
Finn is also a son with questions. He's searching for his biological father.
A lot of people don't realize I was born Franco Roman Valenzuela.
In high school, he changed his name.
I was like, okay, Franco Finn became my legally adopted name, right? I had a stepdad who legally adopted me, an Irish man.
What do you know of your biological father?
The only thing I know is that his name was Zoilo Valenzuela. I haven't seen my biological father probably in almost 40 years.
Do you have questions for your dad?
I want to know, like, okay, where did it not work, right? And it was like, how bad was it? I'll be honest with you, like, what if I have a half brother or sister out there?
Franco says his father wasn't around much.
He's the one taking all the photos.
But when he was, his dad made decisions that helped shape him into the person and performer he is today.
At a very young age, before I even went to school, I was performing. I was just kind of this, funny, extroverted kind of kid. And he saw all that potential. So I did take piano at the Conservatory of Music. I did violin. I did cello. That's all because of him. It was his idea to go to a French bilingual school. Oh my goodness.
Finn recalls the last day he saw his father as a young teenager.
And I remember that goodbye, which is right in front of this house. He dropped me off for the very last time, but he had a box, which I don't know where it is, it's somewhere, and it basically said, this is all that you have left of your life before.
And what do you remember feeling?
It was sad, because I knew goodbyes are never easy.
Did you open that box that he gave you?
I saw some photos and some other things, and then I said, maybe I'll keep it for another day. And then that's it. Once I clean up my house, because we've been remodeling and stuff, it'll resurface.
The search for his father doesn't happen without the blessing of Mom, Alice.
I wouldn't have the things I'm doing if it wasn't for her and her sacrifices.
Alice was a doctor in the Philippines, a single mother before remarrying.
You talk about the warrior? She's the true warrior right here.
She suffered a stroke 25 years ago. She's also a cancer and COVID survivor.
Pwede tayo mag-Tagalog. We can speak Tagalog. Nakakamiss din mag-Tagalog.
Her ability to speak is very limited, but one doesn't need a lot of words to see how much she loves her only son.
Why are you emotional?
She loves me very much. Oh, I know, Mom.
She loves
I love you very
Franco
much.
very, very much.
She's really my source of strength.
Franco, she's the only child. She's the only one.
Sa kanya lahat lahat na, everything.
Franco Finn wears many professional hats.
What's up, my man? How you doing? You good?
He's a Warriors hype man, professional auctioneer, and San Francisco film commissioner. His jobs have taken him back to his homeland.
Every time I go back to the Philippines, there's just like, what if he's here? Like, what if I could just do a detour and just sit down like this?
So if that doesn't happen, and there are so many wishes that it does, do you feel like it's not complete?
There'll be like a little kind of a question mark gray area. Like, I'll still, move forward. I've had a wonderful life. We'll see what happens. I don't know. It could be good, it could be bad. If I don't get a chance to kind of learn that part, it's not going to hurt me, but I think it will unlock a lot of things and make sense to a lot of things of like, that's why. And that's what I'm looking for.
Ginger Kanehiro-Saab, NBC Bay Area News.
Thank you, Ginger. And we have many more stories online on our website. To watch them, just go to NBCBayArea.com/AANHPI. Thanks for joining me here on NBC Bay Area as we celebrate our Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander communities. I'm Janelle Wang. Have a good night.